All right, everybody, welcome to WingTips. This is a podcast that we're kind of experimenting with, but the name is going to be WingTips. So basically what we're going to do is try and do this at least once a month, and these will be our main hosts, and we'll have some special guests. So you're Bill. You've been a pilot for
4 years now.
Okay.
This will be my first year anniversary here at Sky Park.
Yeah.
Coming up right now.
We got him hooked on the whole Sky Park thing. And in case you were wondering, we're filming this at Sky Park right now.
In Aviation for Life Studios.
Yeah, we wish.
That's coming next month.
Yeah. I'm Peter Rodopoulos, as you guys probably know from the videos. I soloed on my 16th birthday, and I got my private pilot's license on my 17th birthday, and I'm currently working towards my instrument license, and I hope to be a CFI and commercial pilot by my 18th birthday next August.
Cool.
So that's a little bit about me, and I make a bunch of YouTube videos, as I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah, that's why they're here.
Yeah.
I'm Dad, and I've been a pilot for a year and a half-ish, instrument pilot for about 6 months. And I used to have money until Peter got me into flying. And here we are.
Yeah. So right now I'm working on my instrument training, and you're working on finishing up
I am
your...
finishing up mine, yes.
Oh, and I'm working on my commercial. I keep forgetting about that.
So, let's see. So yesterday, I flew for the first time after like a week and a half. I took one of my friends up here from the airport, and then today, Bill and I went and shot approaches at Bucyrus and Mansfield.
Yep.
And we got the ceilings were pretty low. Was it
3,600.
Yeah, 3,600. We flew at about 3,000, but they were lower than normal. But nothing terrible. It was bumpy up there today.
It was
a
very
lot of
bumpy.
wind. But everything turned out nice.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Great flying day.
We got to use our Stratux, which we'll talk about later in the podcast.
And you guys shot the... Oh, I forgot to look it up. You guys shot the VOR 10 into Wayne?
No, we did the... So what we did was we took off from Sky Park, did the VOR 22 into
Bucyrus,
yeah.
which is 1-7
I flew
golf.
that first leg.
Yeah, Bill flew the first leg.
Okay. And again, that was 1-7 golf?
Yeah, and then I did the landing into Bucyrus. And then we stopped, turned around, took off again, and did the ILS 32 into Mansfield.
Okay.
And then on our way back, I just wanted to do a stop and go at Wayne.
Oh,
Just on
okay.
the way because there's a good crosswind I wanted to land. And
There was a crosswind at Wayne.
It was quite the crosswind. And then we came back to Sky Park and we started setting up for this podcast.
And here we are.
And here we are, yeah.
Great way to spend a Friday.
Yeah.
Flight
So
Correct.
Bill here has this supposed 170 or 172, supposed 150.
Supposedly.
Yeah, that's supposedly the best flying machine I'll ever see.
That's how you've seen it.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
He's got a cherry 150.
No, he's got an awesome 150. He's got to get it from Ortner. It just got its annual done, and we got to bring it back.
What are we waiting on? Paperwork or?
Paperwork, yeah, because he's out of town, so he locked it up for the...
Okay.
He didn't want to leave all the logbooks and the keys. in the
Yeah,
plane.
yeah. Cool.
So once he gets comfortable, we'll take it up and we'll come back here, and then we'll plan a long cross country,
Yeah.
close to 500 nautical miles.
And you've got a hangar space here arranged, you said?
Yes,
That's all worked
talk to
out?
Joel.
Sweet.
Bill's gonna be a true Sky Parker now,
Yeah.
so that'll be
Yeah.
fun. So we'll do an episode on the whole process of getting it, because I'm sure. How are we gonna do this to get it?
I'll take you guys out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he'll
probably
fly
the
us
game.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we'll fly back
Because this has been in the works for now.
a month.
Whoa,
More than
longer,
more than
yeah.
a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything. First time you saw the plane at Burke, you're like,
Oh, flying.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
It'll be this whole
Yep.
procedure of flying my 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. So that'll be good once we have that.
How about I just went to go get the coffees, and someone was up on the balcony talking on the phone. I heard him as I'm walking to my truck, so okay, there's background noise going on. I get in the truck, I'm going down the driveway, and I hear someone yelling again, and I'm no big whoop because there's a guy on the phone. He's obviously being loud. This idiot comes up next to the... I almost crashed the truck.
Okay, wait,
He
yeah,
scared
wait,
me.
wait.
I caught the after effect. He comes in here.
Okay. Wait. We need to
Yeah,
get
that's the
some.
most he's ever worked in his
Okay.
life.
So here's what's going on here. Okay. I got a new iPhone today. I got the iPhone 10, in case anyone was wondering. Okay. So here was the deal. I was backing my old phone up on iTunes, and it came up that it needed my dad's iTunes password. I don't know why, but he was going to get coffee from the gas station, and he was kind of pulling out of Sky Park already. So I ran at like the pace of his truck and started waving.
And
and
scared the living out of me.
Yeah. So I had to ask him what his password was, but I got it. But I haven't ran that fast in my life. All right. So next we're going to jump into aviation news.
Okay.
So we each.
Not I.
Okay.
You got
Some of us.
I came across with the since it was a cold day,
Okay.
cold weather flying.
Oh yeah. So we all came across news articles general aviation news articles that we thought were interesting. So we're just gonna kind of talk about them right now.
Which was perfect for us today because we thought it was going to be an IFR day, but it changed up on us weather-wise.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like solid IFR until 2 in the afternoon,
Right.
and usually it doesn't clear up right away when they say it's going to. But it ended up lifting earlier, so that was a nice treat to get out and fly.
This being Northeast Ohio, wait 5 minutes and it changes.
Yeah. Well, and it was weird today. The weather was supposed to be clearer off to the west. It was supposed to clear up as we got further west. But for a minute there, it looked like it was closing in.
Yeah, right.
And the whole time, obviously, we knew we had an out to if we did a 180.
Right.
But
plus, I was looking to the south just in case it.
Right, and it was clear to the south, but it looked exactly where it shouldn't have been.
Correct.
Cloudy.
Right.
It looked like it was worse.
Yeah. So Akron was our backup just in case the weather got.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that was our backup to go do approaches.
But again, like we were prepared for a fallish day, and
Yep. And then we got it.
and then I had to throw on a sweater because it was for pre-flight and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got cold. When you guys came back, it was really cold.
I think it's one of the things that people don't realize. Pre-flighting in cold weather.
Oh yeah.
Do it right, even though it's.
Yeah, we touched on it last year. Dress for it,
Right.
Because if you're rushing, the last thing you want to rush is your pre-flight.
Right.
Pre-flight.
Exactly.
Be nice and warm and comfortable, and take your time.
Luckily, we have
especially on a rental aircraft. You want to really do a thorough pre-flight
Luckily, we have our own hangar now.
with no heat. So same thing. We have to solve that. But we still have to dress for the weather.
We'll get heat.
I thought you had heat in there.
No, it's not insulated. I did do some research on that, and we're gonna buy a torpedo heater. Figured pull up to the airport, fire up the heater, come over here, get some coffee, and file your flight plan. By the time you go back, it's warmed up, and off you go. Then I did some reading, and I guess infrared heating. And I'm going to say this all wrong right now because I glanced at it, but
Don't worry,
infrared
they'll correct
heating, which can be fired via electric or gas or propane gas. The way it works is it doesn't raise the temperature of the ambient air. It heats whatever surface it strikes. So if you aim it at the aircraft, or if it hits you, that's what gets warm. But the surrounding air doesn't get heated.
So
by
it's
it.
that particular.
Yeah. So that's what they say in aircraft hangars. Those are real popular because you're not worried about
Heating the
losing
entire
heat
hangar
because it doesn't
You're
matter anyway. It's not
type-specific,
insulated, right? So you focus it at the aircraft, you focus it on the people, and they get warmed up. So I never knew that about infrared heat. I could never understand how it works. I thought.
But what I don't understand is if it's not heating the air, like if you move your arms in the air, isn't it freezing still? Like,
Yeah, I guess it's cold
Right.
around you.
Because it's supposed to
Right.
be ambient heat.
I think I started looking at, but I think they make portable ones that'll run up a propane tank.
Or is
so
it
you can
that
try them?
the infrared light hits the surface and then the heat kind of reflects off the surface and then
I can't tell you the specifics of it.
That's a good question to see which one of
because
the two.
lights like colors are just reflections of light.
Right.
They're not.
Right. I
Is
don't
that the
know.
same concept. Like
You
I don't
don't
know.
have an engine heater where you can plug it into the one?
We do have
We
an
do.
engine heater.
Okay.
We have a block heater on it, and you'd want to plug that in the night before, is what I
Right.
heard. So you either got to be prepared or have someone from here run up and do it.
Do you plug it directly in with the timer? Because that's what I have on mine. Which really, a 150 with the block heater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, this thing you're not supposed to run on. You're just supposed to use it right when you're going to fly it.
Okay.
You don't run it on a cycle at all. So, like our dehumidifier is obviously on a timer, but this thing it's on demand. You plug it in when you know you're going to fly.
Yeah.
And you
So
put
what
the
if you
night before.
like set a program out like with your phone? You think you could just?
Well, I like to do that.
Yeah.
We don't have cell service out there yet.
Oh,
Yet.
okay.
Oh, by the way, we just put new Wi-Fi in Sky Park, and that's. Oh, did you see those, Bill?
Cisco access.
Right up there?
Cisco access points.
Is that what you're telling me you're doing? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's what we did.
So we put those in on the last rainy day, and now the whole building's blanketed. What else about pre-flighting or actually cold weather flying? Let's think.
The lift, which was amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the dense
yeah.
air.
Barely, yeah. It was just.
Yeah.
It's the the checks and balances, the minuses and the pros of it. It takes a little bit longer, but the lift was just like as soon as you hit that, even close to takeoff speed, she was like, okay, let's go.
Where was it that we were taking off from today? Where it was Mansfield. Remember when we were going down the runway and then all of a sudden our airspeed went from like barely into the green arc and it just shot up.
All right.
Yeah, it was weird.
Huh.
I don't know if we got a gust of wind or what happened.
Yeah. Very cool.
So here's what I got. So this came out November 1st. It's on generalaviationnews.com. I'll post the links to all these articles that we looked up in the description. The National Transportation Safety Board has issued Safety Alert 071-17. I don't know what significance that has. To highlight the potential hazards associated with conducting intersection takeoffs and the need for general aviation pilots to use all the runway available for them to take off. So there's a video on it. They say that at least 10 accidents between 2000 and 2015 in which pilots were attempting to take off from an intersecting runway or a runway intersection. Yeah. That there were 10 problems, 10 accidents that happened.
Does it say what type of airport?
It does not.
Okay.
But now, here's what I take away from this is if you're at Cleveland Hopkins and you have a 10,000 foot runway and they throw you off at an intersection where you have 6,000 remaining feet. If you're in a Cessna 172, I don't.
Did you ever get a land and hold short?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just had my first one not too long ago finally, and the controller
in Mansfield.
Were we together?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the controller told us to land and hold short. Told us?
Yeah. Can you land? Yeah.
Told us how much runway we had to work
left
with,
over.
and then left it up to us. Well, as soon as you know how much runway you have, you should know the performance of your aircraft.
Right.
I mean, I hope that doesn't sound arrogant, but you should know your takeoff and landing.
That's your pilot command.
It's part of your job. Yeah. So I don't see how this is even an article. I mean, I hate to sound cocky, but if you're being asked to take off at an intersection, the controller's going to say, "Hey, I want you to depart at this intersection. You got 6,000 feet of runway."
Yeah, and even if he doesn't say that, you can always ask.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Does it say? I'm sorry, was it a student pilot?
There was
it just says 10
incidents.
specific incidents.
And they're not detailed. I'm sure there's a way to look them up.
Yeah, so it says that you have less available runway to...
Sure you do.
Yeah, if you had some kind of malfunction.
Right.
But, okay, here's my thing. If you're at an airport like Sky Park where you have a 2,400 foot runway, you're using every inch of runway you have. Every inch of runway you can. Now, at Hopkins, you take off and you have an engine problem. You do have, you're 500 feet above the ground and your engine dies. Well, you could turn around and you have all that. Yeah,
you could have an intersecting runway, you have a lot of options. But again, whatever your distance is for takeoff, you use the 70-50 rule, so you know that if midway down that field you're not making 70% of your VR speed, you abort.
Yeah.
So again, I just think that's just poor planning.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to accept that intersection departure, that means you've
know.
done all your planning right then and there, and you can do it in a hurry, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 6,000 feet to work with. At 3,000 feet, I need to make this speed. This is what my takeoff run needs to be. Here's the, you can figure all that out. You should know your airplane if you're flying, and if you don't,
then
you can't.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
To your point, like when you reach that 500, if something happens, there's no telling you're going to have an issue at that particular altitude.
Right.
It might be 700 feet. And you just lost your available runway.
Exactly.
It also becomes counterproductive because what you were trained to do, you're not doing it.
Right.
So it's like you're putting that one little step in the puzzle that can go wrong.
So I think the message here is don't take it when you have like 2,500 feet left of runway.
Well, I don't even think that's I wouldn't agree with that. I would just say don't take it unless you know you're positive you can do it. You know what I mean? You're PIC. You don't have to accept it.
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of people get intimidated when the controller says can you, and they want to say yeah.
Right.
Sure, and then they go do it and they don't think it through. Right. If you can't figure it out that fast, then no.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with taking off from an right. Yeah.
No, and the controller doesn't care. He's just you might have to wait a little longer. He might have to move you around a little bit.
He's doing it to expedite whatever.
But would you rather wait a little longer or die? Or crash? You know, I mean,
doesn't matter who you piss off. That's right. You're still. It's all up to you.
Exactly.
It's all on you.
And there's a video along with this that you can watch if you want to click on the link and follow along with what we're doing. And it basically says, Safety Alert emphasizes the need for pilots to know their airplane's takeoff and landing performance, like we said, not feel obligated to accept it.
There you
all things
go.
that we said, and use all available links to increase the margin of safety.
Always. Okay.
Right.
So to that point, Doug, John, our instructors, and Stuart, the examiner, everyone teaches you. Don't get lazy. Pull that plane right to the edge of the runway and use as much as you can. Don't pull off halfway down the taxiway or whatever.
Like I was saying, it's being counterproductive to what you're being trained.
That's right.
So that's pretty much all we have for the intersecting runways article.
Use as much runway as possible.
Always.
Know your takeoff and landing rules.
Yeah.
Don't feel obligated to accept it.
Yep.
And remember, you're always PIC. If you're not sure, don't do it.
Don't do it.
And think about the environment that you're in. If you're in farmland and you know there's tons of fields and maybe there's an intersecting runway, okay, maybe you can take it if you're like 6,000 feet of available runway. But if you're in the mountains somewhere or something like that, why would
Yeah, they're not going to give it to you either. Right. I'm with you.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever been asked any YouTube and ever? Because I've been asked
At
to do
work?
that. Yes.
Intersection departures, yeah.
And we did do it
Okay.
all the time.
I don't remember if I have or not. I can't remember.
I've done out of Burke as well, maybe 3 or 4. I've
Yeah.
only refused 1 because it was out of 6.
Okay.
Yes. And it was just
Yeah.
I didn't feel comfortable. Boo, boo, boo. It was just
The
like,
controller get pissed?
no.
No. It's a non-issue.
All right. It doesn't. It's
Right. So you got water, you got tea.
I know,
Did
look
Get you
at
anything else? Anyway,
Okay.
it's starting to look like the back of your car.
Yeah, I'm about to smack your coffee.
Yeah,
across
go
the
ahead.
table. Okay.
Anyway,
All right, my next one. Student loses control on landing roll.
ooh,
This one's kind of
interesting.
Yeah, just wait till you hear this one.
Okay.
So, the student pilot reported that during the landing roll at the airport in Perry, New York, he heard something fall on the back seat.
Okay.
First of all, what are you taught to do when you're landing? Your only focus is to fly the plane, right? Okay. Oh, and by the way, I just want to point out, we're just like a couple of guys sharing our opinions. We're not saying like our opinions are facts, blah, blah, blah.
I was just about to say how
Like-
fun this is going to be to critique a student
I
now
know.
that we're all cool pilots,
know,
man.
yeah.
No,
We know
but we're
everything.
just giving our opinions, okay?
Let's break out the shiny
Yeah.
pilot's license.
I know.
All right,
So,
go ahead.
Here's something fall in the back seat. He looked back. Why? Why? So do you see?
That's a good one. You found that?
Yeah.
That's a good story.
He looked back, and when he looked forward, the Piper PA 28-140 had veered to the right. Subsequently, the airplane has skidded off the runway. Or I'm sorry, he attempted to correct with rudder, but reported that he overcorrected to the left, then to the right, and then hammered the brakes.
Oh, so it was on his takeoff roll.
Landing
So a
roll.
28
landing roll.
What's a 28? Like an Archer? Like an Arrow? No, is that Cherokee? 28. A Cherokee 140.
Cherokee 140.
Okay.
That sounds like.
And he's
yeah.
a student pilot.
Yep.
Okay. And he skidded off the runway.
Yes, into a ditch. He wasn't injured, so that's good.
you know,
That's good.
Okay,
How
good,
was the
good.
plane?
Well, it doesn't say.
Let's
I'm
see,
gonna
that's a
imagine not
nose
good.
gear.
So he says here, probable cause: the student pilot's failure to maintain vigilance, which resulted in a loss of directional control during the landing.
Yeah. Okay. So where do we start?
Honestly,
How do you hear something in the backseat first of all?
it must have either been so loud, but then again, honestly, you just chalk it up to being a student pilot.
So the lesson is, and this is what Doug always put in our head, you just because you're on the ground, you don't stop flying the airplane until the
Until you-
airplane is stopped.
Fly it to the
Until you're
hangar.
off the runway.
Fly it
That's
to the
right.
hangar.
Yeah, fly
That's
to the parking spot.
Was it you and I that just flew the other day where I had to keep correction in on the ground? The winds were that
Yes,
bad
yes,
that we
yes.
literally had to fly it while we were taxiing.
I had to
it.
keep it in at Wayne when we were rolling down the runway.
Yeah.
If you didn't,
I mean,
you felt to kind of wanna.
You're taught that
Right.
dive
Yeah.
away from the wind and blah
Dive
blah
into
blah.
it,
But
right.
but rarely is the wind strong enough that it's going to move, especially the 182. It doesn't
Especially
really-
at Sky Park when you're kind of sheltered in those hangars
yeah.
when you're taxiing.
But
it's really
the
not.
last time Bill and I went up, we were flying it on the ground everywhere. I mean, it was that
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, you get on the ground. A lot of guys have runway excursions where they put a tire in the grass, especially in our skinny 35-foot wide runway.
Is it 35 or 32?
On paper, I
35.
think it's 34,
Okay.
35.
Yeah. No, 37 on
Okay,
paper,
yeah.
but it's about 35.
Yeah, I think the weeds are shrinking it. So fly it all the way to the ground. Fly it until it's stopped. Center line, center line, center line.
I think it's what's
Very
hard for me to
important.
understand. I mean, again, just throwing that he is a student pilot, but
Of course.
I remember when I first started flying, I was like, that's the most,
Right.
the phase where you're like so focused.
Were you like this?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say
Not locked up,
Yeah.
but right.
because I always get smacked in the hand when I used. I think I was broke of that habit on my first flight lesson because literally I got smacked in the hand so hard I never did that again.
That was Ray.
Right, that was
Oh,
right.
that'll do it. Yeah.
Well, and so most people their solo comes as a surprise.
Right.
I knew when mine was going to be.
So
I've
did
been
I.
flying since I was 12, and yeah,
Right,
you
I
did too.
saw
I
it,
remember.
right.
And so I knew that on my 16th birthday, if the weather was good, which it was going to be, I was going to solo. So I lost sleep over that because I was like, I have to fly the plane. I'm going to crash. I'm going to die.
Right.
I was like, this is the end of me. But so
Won't be the last time you feel like that.
like 4 days. Like 4 days before my solo flight, I made Doug take me up and just do pet him, and he just wanted to. He
wanted to kill you.
Yeah, right. And so the day right before my solo, we're coming in for my last landing, and
I hate old POHs.
And John's on the side of the runway, like making the arms. And if you don't know how Sky Park is, like the runway is very close to like the taxiway and stuff. So like
You can see someone.
Oh yeah,
you can
Yeah,
totally.
there's-
It's not
yeah.
like a normal airport where you're really far away. But
useless.
so I land and I get out and he's like, "Oh, did you see me yet?" And I'm like,
No.
"What are you talking
Yeah,
about?" I did not even see him. I was so laser focused on landing. I don't know how we got into that, but that.
Well,
there's that
but the other
story.
thing too that we talk about is, you're looking down the runway.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was on rollout, but I still don't break that gaze from looking down the runway even when I'm on rollout. You're
No.
still maintaining that
Yeah,
center line.
right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. The only time your view transitions once you're on the ground is to the closest taxiway that you can make. Once you're on the ground and you're established, you're like, okay, now let's see how short I can make this roll.
And the other thing is you see videos of people. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but when after they land and they know they're kind of rolling out, they really lax on holding their center line.
Right.
Yep.
At a bigger
Can't
airport.
do it.
Correct. Yeah.
Well,
You
and that's
can't, as here you
can't.
Yeah.
yep. But and if you notice when we go to big fields,
Your
it
landings,
shows.
yeah.
We do,
Your landings
but-
are a little bit either skewed to the right or to the left because you got this long, skinny white
Yep.
line all the way down that you got. But here at Sky Park, there's no.
Nope,
Yeah.
not allowed.
Yeah. No. We get really excited when we get to a big airport. It's like a real airport
But usually the landings suck at those big airports.
because you have that
Right,
wide.
yeah.
It messes with your perspective.
So we got a student pilot. I mean, what do you even? I mean, other than what I've already said.
You're
he's-
right, it was a
he's
student pilot,
A student
but-
pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I say we could put an end to.
We could put that one to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some news, and this is going to be a good one.
What?
Oshkosh 2017 DVDs and Blu-rays started shipping on October 31st.
Did we order it?
We did. The part about this being a good one is I wonder if we're ever going to see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
because I'm kind of excited to see it.
in case you guys didn't know, we are going to Oshkosh 2018. We tried to get our press tickets the other day, or I did for us, and we can't get them until March. The registration doesn't
If
open.
anybody knows how to rent a golf cart for that week,
Please.
yes, please let us know because lugging around his camera is killing me.
We literally
Gear, not,
we'll be bringing at least 4 like big. Yeah.
Oh, I can't snap a picture and show them, can I?
Were you able to bring anything back with you? Did you buy anything there? Like they say either buy something, just leave it to Goodwill, or did you bring everything back?
Oh, like bikes and stuff? No,
Yeah.
we bought a cooler.
Yeah, we bought a cooler.
We brought that back. We actually used it as luggage on the way back.
It wasn't so much the weight that we had to worry about. It was just literally.
Yeah, it was
room in the
lugging.
plane.
It was lugging all the gear to the site because it's so mammoth there, and we had rain to contend with. So we were bringing garbage bags and
And one night, we went to film the night air show. This was our night to film the
Oh,
night
yeah.
air show.
That was the rain when it was
Yeah.
stormy. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't supposed to, of course. And we're out there filming, and just all of a sudden, we brought bags just in case to put over the cameras. And all of a sudden, it just let loose, man. Oh my God. So we bag everything up real quick, and we had to walk. How many miles would you say we had to walk?
a good solid couple miles.
Like
Wow.
2 or 3 miles back to our plane?
Yeah, it was far. Yeah, because we were
The water was like.
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah,
deep.
yeah. Our feet were-
shoes were just screwed.
I remember it was pretty
yeah.
bad.
We waited on the way back. Too. Yeah.
That was a.
But anyway,
And
go ahead.
I apologize. Please forgive me. I've never been to Oshkosh.
He's coming for 2018.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And should we go to Sun and Fun 2018?
Well, we got to see how it falls with your school schedule. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to
Go ahead. What do you got?
Gear of the Week, or Gear of the Month, I should say. So basically this is a segment we're gonna do called Gear of the Week, Gear of the Month.
That was my chair.
We're gonna do a segment. Basically, what this is, we're gonna do a segment.
Oh, those are my nuts. Peanuts, anybody?
Literally. Yeah. Those were peanuts.
So we're gonna move on to Gear of the Month now. This is a segment that we're gonna try here, or we're gonna do, I should say. We're basically every podcast, which is gonna be once a month, we're gonna pick a piece of gear that we like, whether it be a flight bag, an iPad mount, anything that has to do with aviation, something that we think is cool, And this week, our gear is called Stratux, and we actually built one. We ordered all the parts, and this is the
This is
result
our
of that.
Frankenstrat.
So it's got ADS-B, AHRS, GPS, battery pack in there,
Dual channel ADS-B.
dual channel ADS-B, so we can get traffic, weather.
Yeah.
What was the battery life on it?
About 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is basically, where's this? We have the
Yeah.
Stratux over
Let's
here,
bring
too.
that out.
Which this might be a gear of the month segment in of itself, but
So it's obviously considerably bigger.
It's bigger, yeah.
This is our first try, and we got about $225 in parts in here, I think.
yeah. So this is what about?
It's about $800, $900 now.
Is that the newer one or the?
This is the 2, not the 2S.
Okay.
So I ended up going to Stratux.co, and I can't remember. I don't know if there's a guy's name on here or not, but he was kind enough to put a whole parts list together. It's a little dated, so some of the stuff has either been superseded by newer parts or better parts, or they don't make like the original battery anymore. So we'll put together a current parts list of what we
Upgrade.
did.
What
We'll
you're
put
doing.
what we
Yeah.
used.
Yeah.
We'll put all the links in the description.
How long did it take you guys to put that together?
That's the thing. So it took me longer to probably order everything.
It really only took us
assembly
about a
was
half hour.
Half hour
Really?
at best. And that was refitting a couple things. So a lot of people download the plans for the cases and then get the cases printed. And so many people are just making them now. This case had all the heat sinks and the fan in it, an extra fan in it. So it went together really well. Fitting it, some of the stuff was kind of tight. But other than that, yeah, there's really nothing to it. And then there's a program called Etcher. For directions, you go to stratux.me, and that's where you get the actual, where you download the software and everything. And there's a thing called Etcher. You flash a memory card, and you stick it in right here. And the thing literally boots up, and you hit a website, and you program it, and away you go. And
Kidding me right now?
I think we just found
A flaw.
a flaw,
Flaw.
but that's easy to fix. It's right here. Oh, son of a bitch. Now I gotta take the whole thing apart.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. So anyway, you're not flying tomorrow, are you?
No.
Planning on it. Guess not anymore.
So where were we? So it boots up, you set it. Oh yeah. I was just
Flat.
amazed at everything works in ForeFlight right away. The AHRS works, so the synthetic vision is perfect. The ADS-B, I think we got down to 3-meter accuracy.
yeah.
That was one of the things. I bought both GPSs. There's an internal and an external.
Okay.
The internal was around 10 meters of accuracy, which again, you're in the air, dude. I mean, I don't know, but Peter made me get the external one, and it got us down to better accuracy.
Because when I hooked up to it, because I brought mine just in case.
Okay, yeah. What did you get today?
I remember we lost signal.
He lost. I never lost it. It might just be because it's an older iPad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we did actually. We tested it prior to this, but today was our first day that we used it as our main source of
So basically,
GPS.
we had 2 backups.
Yes. Yeah.
Just in case. They're
Right.
wondering.
But we use this as our primary one, and it
Worked fine?
It was a champ.
Yeah.
It really. Yeah.
Yeah, the battery life's great.
We have to figure out the AHRS. The artificial horizon doesn't work.
I just said
on
it worked
ForeFlight.
perfectly.
Synthetic vision.
It works great.
It works on the IP address. We got to figure that out.
Yeah, I didn't check mine, so once I lost signal, I switched over to mine,
Yeah.
and then it picked it back up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just either GPS loss or because it would switch. Mine went to GPS.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I picked up the signal back again, and it said tower ready to go.
Okay.
So whatever.
We'll try it. But for $225, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
and-
I'm satisfied.
What did we end up with here? Oh, a GoPro mount, right, or a RAM mount? What did we use?
It's no, it's just a normal. It's just like a little mount that you could mount. Like,
Camera
it's like,
mount?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's a
goes into like
camera
a tripod
okay.
mount. Yeah.
Okay.
Was the ghosting? Was that a product
Okay.
of
Well,
it?
I'm glad you
All
brought that up.
ADS, even the Stratus has the ghost.
Okay, that's why I wanted to know.
But what's interesting here with the Stratux, you can actually get your transponder's hex code, put it into the software, and it'll eliminate the ghosting.
Okay.
Pretty brilliant.
So here's what we mean by ghosting.
Yeah, before people are like, what are they talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
So you'll be flying and we get traffic through the ADS-B.
The first one we did was right off takeoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so basically every 15 minutes you get this ghost image that says like there's traffic right on top of you, your exact
Or right
position,
under you, yeah.
or 100 feet below
Or
you.
0,
Yeah.
and you're right.
And the first time you see that, I'll never forget the first time
It throws you for a loop.
we were
Yeah,
flying
you
with
crap your
Stratus, we
pants.
freaked out. Yeah, but it's just a ghost image.
Can't believe you broke this thing already.
But yeah, so that's fixable. Now the Stratus, I don't know if there's a fix for that for the Stratus.
I never saw that setting before in
Yeah,
the Stratus.
but the ghosting does happen on the Stratus.
I got to put one of those together like soon.
Yeah, let's do one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could actually do a build video on
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
A build video?
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Don't forget it. Anyway.
All right, so while he's fixing his mess over there, that's our gear of the month, this month.
So
That's
here-
actually pretty cool. I was quite impressed with that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to our last section. So the last thing we're going to do before closing out the podcast every month is we're going to do a Q&A. So I'll post
It's that
a picture.
time already?
Yeah.
God, it went fast.
I'll post a picture up on Instagram and just say we're doing a Q&A for the podcast. So we're not going to do them in the vlogs anymore. And you guys can ask any questions. They don't have to be aviation related, as you'll see that some people asked.
Ooh, this is going to be another surprise for us.
Yeah, we only got like 3 because I posted it kind of a little late. But
Who are we talking to? Fosh PSP?
yeah, Fosh asks. Okay, so he asked a bunch of questions. So I'll kind of like ask each question one at a time, and we'll kind of answer it. Okay, here we go. How many hours did it take each of you to solo and get your license?
Roughly 22 hours
To solo
solo.
Oh, I can't answer that. I can't answer that from there. I have no idea.
and to get your license.
I think it was 64, 60, and in that roughly area.
Okay, so here you got to hear me out here, people. I started flying when I was 12, and I couldn't solo till I was 16. So I had about 60 or 70
Yeah, a lot of
hours
hours, yeah.
when I soloed. I was still nervous, though. Those hours didn't help from the nervousness. And to get my license, I was at about maybe 160, 170 hours. And as I said before, I soloed on my 16th birthday and then got my license 1 year later on my 17th birthday. And you?
So I'm just looking at my total. I have 272.8 hours, and I got 226 of that is PIC. And there's some PIC post
Pretty good.
PPL, so 50 hours-ish.
All right, next part of this question is, what's the rental rate for planes? Actually, what you can do is go to flyskypark.com and check out the rental rates. But I'd say roughly for 172, about $100 an hour is fair to say.
Wet.
Wet, yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yep.
Or you could just do what I did and
Buy a plane.
buy a plane,
Or what we did, yeah.
Yep.
which is a great thing to do if you want to.
Yeah.
Build
Save
fine.
money
Yeah,
on
for any of
training,
you
too.
who don't know, he owns a 150 that we talked about, and we own a Cessna 182 that we're trying to get him to sell his 150 and buy into.
Which is very much going to happen
Yeah,
soon.
that's probably, yeah.
I was told that someone is selling my plane.
We get rid of that thing.
So if they're...
Anybody interested in the 150? It's mint. Oh yeah.
We're not ready for it to sell.
He
it
wants to
just
do
yet.
the long cost. He wants to actually fly it first.
Yes.
Because we've built it up so
Yep.
much. We'll probably do
Yep.
an episode of that if you want.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna put a shitload of
Talking
time
about
on the
it.
engine, and then we're gonna sell it.
It's just out of annual,
luck.
by the way.
Yeah, fresh annual. That's right.
Approximately total cost for license training.
Well, that's easy. So you need
The Sky
40
Park
hours.
cost or
You
the
need
normal
40
cost?
hours legally, and a lot of companies will, or a lot of flight schools will quote you based on that rate, which is around 10 to 12 grand, and it's bullshit. Most people take 50 to 60 hours to get their license.
That's right.
And again, at Sky Park, you're going to do it in a 150 unless you're really heavy and you can't fit in one. Your total hourly rate will be about $100 an hour with instruction, and you're going to plan on 50 to 60 hours to get your PPL. I'm talking, and it's going to cost you $5 to $6 grand.
And that's you mean.
And that's here.
Yeah, and you've got to really. That's the key. Is if you start it, you stay on top of it. Fly at least 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Take your get all the written stuff out of the way because you don't want that on your shoulder.
Yep.
I made that mistake of waiting till the last possible second.
And you know, I keep taking it for granted that we're local here and that people are watching us from all over the place. When you get a quote, make sure you clarify, is that for 50 to 60 hours? No, it's probably for 40 hours, and find out, are you getting a dry rate or a wet rate? What's your instructor cost? And again, this place attracts people from all over the world because of the quality of the training and the rental rates. And
Yeah.
Peter brought up earlier, go to flyskypark.com, look it over. If you've got questions about this place, ask us. We live here.
Right.
We
Yeah,
don't
we're here
work
all the
here. We're
time.
not owners or anything, but we love the place, obviously, as Peter's
Yeah,
demonstrated in his
we're not
videos.
making any kind of money by telling
No.
you guys
Yeah.
to fly here. We truly mean it.
But yeah, I mean, but regardless, do your due diligence, make sure you're getting a fair rate, and make sure you're getting a realistic quote. Don't get roped in and then spend 15, 20 grand for a private pilot license. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, he also said, it's great to see the two of you interact. A good dad, good son, two good men. Thanks for sharing a part of your life. We love doing
Oh,
it. Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
What about Uncle Bill?
All right. W.W. Donaldson asks, what is your long-term plane?
Plan.
You think plane or plan? Does he know we own it?
Let's answer both
I was
of
going
them.
to say, yeah, okay. All right. Billy Bob?
Well, that's hard in aviation because we've got so much stuff on our plate that we want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And just like the training wise, when I first started, as soon as I got my privates, I kind of skipped over IFR and I went right to the commercial because the weather, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. What the long-term plan, huh? Commercial as always. We've got some things on the back burner that we've talked about, which we'll talk about soon. It has to do with drones. Of course, this is all. As far as for long-term plane, that kind of has something to do with what we have planned as well.
Yeah.
We've always talked about getting a Warbird,
Yeah.
Operation Warbird.
Or just an RV to begin with. It's a little fun.
Well, if you're gonna swing for the fences.
Hey, that's it's not your turn to answer yet. Okay. We'll
yeah.
let you know when it's your turn.
Now, with the other long-term plane, as in what we want to have, like a dream plane,
Wow.
is that what you think he was
Yeah.
asking?
Go for it. We'll make up the questions as we go.
Oh, that's so hard because is it a jet? Is it a single engine? God.
That's a good point.
Let's see. If it was a single engine, I've always been a fan of the 337 Skymaster.
That's not a single engine.
Well, technically, it is considered a single engine.
But no.
Well, because it's symmetrical.
Right.
But you still log dual engine time. You have to be checked out in a.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying. Leave him alone. Let him have his fantasy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're ruining it.
I'm sorry.
You're on our
You can't have that plane, Bill.
Let's see. Warbird, it'd have to be the Corsair. I love the Corsair.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as far as for jet, that you can't even fly anymore. It'd be the F4 Phantom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I've always been a Phantom fan.
That's a good one.
Phantom forever.
What about you, boy?
My long-term plan. Here we go. Okay. Hoping to get my instrument license by March. April. It really all depends on weather. Because Northeast Ohio sucks in the winter. It really just sucks all together. But anyway, in the winter it really sucks.
Not aviation conducive. I wouldn't say it sucks, but
That kind of sucks. No. So yeah, that I want to get my instrument ticket by March, April-ish, and then I want to be a commercial pilot and a CFI by my 18th birthday in August,
that would be really cool.
towards the end of August.
Okay, so see, when you're 17, do you see what long term means? Like,
Yeah.
he's just
Okay, well,
planning
hang
to
on.
summer.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I've got a 10-year
Jesus.
plan,
Then,
right?
Yeah,
then
right.
when I'm gonna attend college either at Ohio State or Kent State, major in business, and then I want to work in the airlines for a little bit of time. Not sure how long yet, as a commercial pilot, and then I want to start my own aviation business. Is my long-term goal.
That's a good one.
Then, dream planes. Oh boy. Okay. If I could have my dream single engine plane, would be
Pilatus.
no, it would. I didn't even think. No, piston plane. We'll go piston.
All right.
Would be a Cessna 210 with a modern paint job, a modern interior, the tan interior with the G1000 in it, and then some kind of big Lycoming engine with like 310 or whatever horsepower.
Oh, Dick Collins from Sporties flies. He has a pressurized
210.
210.
Have you seen him in the videos?
Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah. That's a cool. He's got the radar nacelle on the. Yeah, that's a badass airplane.
So the
Pressurized.
Centurion, right?
Yes.
Centurion, yep.
Yes.
So what kind of sparked my wants for a 210, I guess you could say. There's this YouTube channel called Fun for Lewis, and this guy's flying a Cessna 210 around the world with his friend JP, who's a pilot, and Matt Guthlemer, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, actually joined them for one of the legs where they crossed over the Atlantic Ocean. So that's
why
pretty
you want
awesome.
210.
And
That's a truck.
go check out those videos. They're awesome.
It's a grown-up version of our airplane.
with no struts and retractable gear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's a good looking plane.
and a lot more horsepower.
Cool.
They are fast. I can attribute to that.
Yeah.
All right, that's my dream plane.
So then you're just doing the one?
Yeah, I'm just doing one.
I don't have a lot of aspirations. I got you. You suck all the life out of me.
Oh, you're a long term.
You've got to live vicariously through him.
Yeah, let's see. You know what I really want right now that I never thought I'd be in love with is I got a few planes. All right, I got a few.
Okay.
And I'm not going this high. I'm going right here, like maybe in the next 5 years. I'm going to name a few.
Okay,
A little all over
go
the
ahead.
place. Cirrus is just a beautiful aircraft. It really is. I'm not a
Yeah.
huge fan of the whole parachute thing, but it's like driving a Ferrari. That's all there is to it.
Do you have any time in one?
No.
Okay,
no.
neither do I.
At Oshkosh, I do, sitting in them.
All right.
But I mean, it's just so luxurious, and I just got to imagine it's cool. The econo version of that to me is a used DA-40 with a glass panel. That's a beautiful aircraft.
Not very practical.
No,
but
they're
beautiful,
not, but they're
beautiful.
cool. All right, but realistically, mission-based plane that I would want to upgrade to would probably be a Saratoga
I was gonna say.
or a Bonanza. Not a VTOL, not a big fan. I mean,
Not a
Bonanza.
Dr. Killer?
But bang for buck, Saratoga over the Bonanza, because you can get into one of those for pretty loaded up for under 200 grand.
Yeah.
And that's realistic. And it hustles, and it's got a hell of a range, and it's got a hell of a payload, and that'd be the next plane I would get to.
Oh, so now we're doing realistic? I thought I was doing... I was
Pie in the sky?
Yeah.
See, I'm not that like a Pilatus or but that's not
TBM.
piston. Yeah,
Yeah, that is nice. Well,
Yeah.
and then I have to add another one because I would go with the 210 if we're doing realistically. The 210
right.
is just
You can't just
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
take one of everything.
yeah.
All right. Well, Daher, is that how you pronounce the company? Daher that makes a TBM.
Dare.
Whatever the
whatever.
company is that makes
Yeah,
the
I'm
TBMs.
not even going to try because I'm going to
Yeah.
mutilate it.
If you want to offer us a ride, just one ride, then we'll rig it up. What other licenses / endorsements do you plan on getting?
Me?
Yeah, I'll start with you.
Okay, so I'm working on commercial. I'm instrument rated. I'm working on commercial. Gonna get my CFI because I want to start teaching here, and then everything else I can get from that point on. I mean, I don't see any reason to ever stop.
Right.
Just keep going.
Same.
And
We go back to the same thing. It's
Same for
It's
me.
all about learning.
I think we really just want to
Yeah.
get anything and everything we can get.
yeah, and you just hit it on the head. We've talked about it. Flying is awesome. Packing up the family and going on a cross country is awesome. Getting to the beach and all that stuff. I mean, that's irreplaceable. Learning is fun as hell.
Right.
Getting every now and then having the instructor jump in the seat with you again and teach you something new and make you more proficient, more accurate.
Or us flying and teaching each other.
Oh,
things
exactly.
along the whole
All
way.
that stuff. Learning is awesome, and it never ends.
Because it's a new take on
Yeah.
even though we're all pilots, he looks at it differently, you look at it differently, I look at it differently, we were all trained differently.
Yep.
We all have our little nuances that we all learn from.
You know what I love? When we learned to fly and we figured out that we weren't going to kill ourselves and we could land the airplane pretty well and we could fly it from here to there pretty good and blah, blah, blah. And we got really good at it. Now we're going to instrument. And we got that much better.
Right.
And it's like, just when you think you're pretty good at it, you figure out,
There's
no, I
always
kind of
room to
suck.
improve.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, you're better. And now, like for me doing the commercial stuff, I just went up one time when John did maneuvers. I'm like, holy crap, I'm going to be that much better yet. I mean, you think you're there and you're not, and it just never ends. And that's pretty awesome.
Because I remember when you asked me about the commercial, because like I said, I skipped over
Yeah,
IFR.
yeah.
I went directly to commercial.
Yeah.
You realized immediately, it's just like a different.
Yeah.
You're on a different level.
Yeah. And it obviously makes you a safer, better pilot. But
Right.
also you appreciate the dynamics of the aircraft more and flight and how amazing it really is.
So what other rating? Tail wheel for me.
Yeah.
Oh, tail dragger, yeah.
Literally
seaplane
every
would be
rating.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually know someone who we could go to for that.
Really?
Yeah. We'd have to go down to Florida, but that's just
Okay,
another
well.
If anyone,
fun and fun right there.
hey, if anyone has a seaplane and wants to check us out or is a CFI,
Give us a general direction where we could go.
if anyone wants to offer us a flight in their plane, we'll make a video on it.
That's funny.
If it's a cool plane. No.
But that's something else about aviation is like I've met so many cool people.
Oh
Hey,
God, yeah.
Everybody in aviation is just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our last part of this guy's question: do you plan on making aviation your career or hobby? Career.
I wouldn't say it's a career. I'd say it's more of a life.
Passion.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle.
Because Would it be great if we made money doing it? Sure.
I hope to one day. That's my
Yeah,
plan. is to
you
hopefully one
should
day-
make money at
Right.
it. Bill and I don't know yet. You know, we're older and we're set in our ways. but-
Well, not to mention it's a hard profession to crack because it's expensive to get into, but if you love something, then yeah.
Yeah.
I do see long term trying to transition to something in the aviation industry. Yeah.
We've racked our brains.
Yeah.
Yep.
At
We've got some good stuff cooking.
At certain watering establishments that we go to.
Fuel stops.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, you'll definitely make it a career,
Yeah. That's
and then
definitely
hopefully
mine.
we'll be working for you one day.
That's the game plan.
Cool. All right,
Sweet,
and
sweet.
our last. See, this guy knows what's up. See, I said it doesn't have to be aviation. Here we go. Adam Loya 1994 asks, "What kind of car do you drive, and Scrabble or sunny side up?"
Now that's a question.
No, that's a good one. All right. Who wants to start this?
Oh, did I step on my nuts again?
I'm a Jeep guy, so
Yeah.
I drive a Jeep.
I drive a Honda Civic with the tail number of the plane that I soloed in as
That
a
is
license
pretty
plate.
Oh, is that how we're rolling?
And in case you're wondering, I'm scrambled.
Sunnyside.
So I drive.
Whatever's left in the garage when Peter tries to take it.
Yeah. Okay. Primary driver's a F-150 Platinum,
Yeah.
and then some other things. Over medium.
No. There's two. No. Scramble or sunny side.
Then I got to go scrambled.
See?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's all the questions we have. All right, so that's gonna wrap us up for the Q&A. Just a few things I want to say before we
Come
sign
you
out.
get to
here.
do housekeeping. I want to say something and you turn me off. Here, I won't be like you. There's something on your face.
Is there really?
Yeah. I won't leave it on the whole video.
Was that on the video?
Did you see that?
I was like, what is going on?
Did you
with
read
that?
that? Oh, you can't read the comments.
No, I
Oh, well, let me tell you why. Because the servant,
Oh,
the
wait, hang on.
butler, the maintenance
We have to
guy.
give these people context. They don't.
thought it
understand.
was crazy for the record, people.
The last video we did was an IFR where I did Foggle Time with my dad, and there was a smudge on his face. I didn't make him. He checked the oil, and I don't know what he did, but he got oil
How
smeared
did
on
you
his
get it and smeared on your face?
I must have done one of these or something. Like,
oh, you
after
reached in, grabbed it, and it must have been on your right.
Yeah, I must have done one of these, and I had this perfect. I started looking at the footage. I'm like, oh, please tell me it's not the whole video.
Yeah. So that's
And you know the cool thing about Peter is that he published it.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good video.
You should put that on your checklist. Checkgate.
Yeah.
No
Well,
oil
that's
on
what
face.
I told him. I said I need makeup from now on. All right, I've had enough of your dumb podcast and you making fun of me.
All right, so here's the deal. So the name of the podcast, as you can see from the title, is called WingTips. We're planning on doing this once a month. For right now, we're not going to do it live just because that's a whole nother variable that we have to bring in, a whole nother set of problems. But we're
trying to keep it PG.
Right.
That and trying to go live is just a mess. This one is going to be released when a normal episode would be released on a Thursday. But what I'm going to end up doing is, since our upload schedule is every other Thursday, in one of those off weeks is when the podcast will usually be published. So it'll probably be like the first or the second Thursday of every month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me? So that's how the podcast is going to go. He's messing with the radio right now. In case anyone's wondering.
Realism to the video.
Yeah. So if you liked it, let us know. Share the podcast around if you think it's a good idea. I came up with the name in case you're wondering.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
WingTips. Does that even make sense for a podcast? I don't know. It sounds cool. Like tips, WingTips, planes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Did we offer any good advice today?
I don't know.
I think we just opened ourselves up for so much brutal.
Oh, we're gonna
Critique.
Listen, we're gonna get hate and critique. Look, it's just our opinion.
suck!
Listen, we already suck at flying. Don't mention
Yeah.
that we suck at podcasts.
Right. All right. So be sure like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media.
I'm actually pretty good at flying.
Yeah,
Those
I was
links
gonna
will
say
all
we're
be.
pretty good.
Can you people just? I just want to say that I as soon as we're done with this, I get to break down and we get to go eat. Okay.
Oh, I'm hungry. That's right. All right, hurry up.
Follow us on
What
all
camera
of
am I looking into again?
How come there isn't supposed to be a red light?
our, Oh my god.
All right.
Follow us on all of our social media. Those links are down below in the description.
I hear.
And let's.
Just Yours looks good. How does mine?
Looks good.
Let us know. Actually, let us know if you're out of the country, if you're out of the United States. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear.
That's that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
and give us ideas of things you'd like to hear us talk about on the show.
Don't do again.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get a lot of those.
You know what? We're having fun. We're part of aviation. We love doing this.
Yeah.
We're flying today. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to work.
I don't know. I'm on vacation.
Awesome. No, this was fun.
Yeah, follow us. And that's it. That's all we got for this time. We'll see you within the next month, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully you guys liked it again. Let us know. We're trying something new, and I think it's pretty cool. I don't think there's anything like this in the aviation world.
This is what we do when the camears aren't on, so this is kind of fun.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going to do this anyway.
Basically, this is what all pilots do. It's called hangar flying. So
Yeah.
Right.
So this is our chance to just kind of join ourselves with you guys
and join the hangar flight.
Yeah, pretty much. And we do fly occasionally. All right. We'll see you guys next time.